Afternoon all, 1st of July 2017, you're here with Dan in Essex, UK. The peaches are now starting to ripen, getting nice and soft. Look at that, nice looking peach really. Relatively small, they probably would have been bigger had I thinned them out, but I'm not entering any peach contests here. I merely want nice peaches to eat, and here we go. The tree is still peach leaf curl free. You may remember if you've been viewing my channel for a while, there were 2 leaves with the presence of peach leaf curl, but took them away and no problems. There was a bit of peach bacterial spot, but the tree appears to have recovered from that. The holes are still in some of the leaves, but certainly has not affected the crop, at least not this season. And it's interesting when you think of peaches, many people think of something that's relatively exotic, as they're generally, although they can be grown with success in the UK for obvious reasons, many people consider them not the standard crop that you would grow in the UK along with your apples, your pears and your plums, etc. But you can see that on the 1st of July, and in fact I had my first peach, I think it was 2 days ago, you can grow these in the UK and you can get them much earlier than you may expect. Of course, this tree being Dixie Red, it is an early to ripen variety, which is one of the reasons it's so good, because it's early to ripen but yet late to blossom. So that's a good thing. It produces the crop quick, and if you are growing this tree outside, which once again I don't recommend due to peach leaf curl, and I've spoken a lot about this in the past, but due to getting wet in the winter months, early spring for example, when the temperature goes under 16 degrees C, that's when you tend to get leaf curl can become a problem. But if you are growing it outside, then it being a little bit later to blossom could help protect it from frost. So that certainly is a good thing about this tree. But crops relatively heavily, and very juicy peaches, and they're not overly sweet, which is a thing that I like. I don't like fruit to just be ridiculously sweet, because I like to be able to taste the flavour, if you understand my meaning. For example, if you think of many apples nowadays, they are bred for sweetness, and many people just like to have a nice sweet apple, which is understandable if that's the way people have been brought up. But if you think of many of the older varieties, they're not necessarily all that sweet, but you can really taste the apple, and to me that's what it's, in many cases, what it's all about. So you can see the crop there. Now, only one of the fruits, I'm trying to find it, has been affected by the bacterials. In fact, no, there we go. Got a bit of the bacterial spot there, and one down there. This one in particular, you see that? But again, I'm not worried about that, because if it bothers me that much, I'd simply cut that bit off before I ate it. So this has not been sprayed, grown as naturally as possible with regards to getting a good crop. So peach is so far a success. Now, I've been using obviously the polytunnel to grow many things, and the heat in a polytunnel can act as a catalyst. So you see this, look, all this growth that this minaret, this Stella Cherry minaret, has put up. Stella Cherry, look at that. Last cherry. Very nice when you can come out into your polytunnel and eat your own homegrown fruit. But yeah, you can see all the growth that this has put up. Look at that one. From here to there. Just in this season. Of course, the heat of the polytunnel does indeed help with that, because it makes the tree grow faster. But you can see just here, look, from there to there. Imagine this stretched the whole way along the polytunnel, which is the intention. I want to have this peach minaret to grow the whole way, and then hopefully in a few years I'll get a relatively large crop. And you see my Lakemont seedless grapevines. Now, this is a cutting that was taken this year, and I thought it was taken too late, in fact. But look at the growth there, from there to there, and this is one way someone could consider starting their own small vineyard in a cost-effective way simply by getting some cuttings, because you're not buying a mature vine. Granted, you're probably going to have to wait longer before you get your crop, but this will go in the ground at the end of the season and then hopefully establish itself within the ground, and then go on to, within the next 5 years, or hopefully less than that, produce some great crops. So now the watermelons. Looking down here, you see this melon here. You can see just how, there we go, there. You can see once they get going just how quick they grow. Now, you've got to be careful. This was me being foolish. You see that little black mark? Hopefully you can see that there. That was because what happened, it grew into this plastic mesh, and of course, it being growing quick and I didn't see it, it then grew into it a little bit and I had to remove it, thus creating that black mark. So make sure with regards to your watermelons and stuff, you keep vigilant and keep your eye. So far we've got 2 watermelons that have set. One there and one there. Now I'm keeping my eye on this one here. I did a lot of pollination efforts on this. I'm hoping to have another one there. I can't see any more appearing. We're getting a lot of male flowers, which normally indicates there's plenty of female flowers on the way. I've done extensive videos on this in the past if this is something you want to look at. I've got a watermelon playlist. The bitter melons are coming on pretty well. We won't go too much into them, but we'll go outside and have a look at how things are going out there. Bit of a mixed bag really outside. Okay, so here we are outside. Now, the courgettes are looking pretty good actually. They're coming on. I got them in a little bit later than, sorry about it, spitting the stones out of the peach and the cherry. Yeah, I got these in a little bit later than I would have liked, but that will mean a later crop, so I'm quite happy about that. So let's delve in and have a look at just how they're coming on. Okay, so here we go. You can see one there, look, just coming on. I'm very sorry, I forget what variety these are, but either way they're looking good. There's one there, look, and plenty of flowers here that have gone, so I'm presuming some of these are fertilised and it won't be long until they start to produce. There we go, another courgette or marrow, there we go, and another one just starting over there. The spinach bolted, went straight to seed. Never mind, eh? This is life, this happens. Sweet corn here's coming on. Not amazing, as you guys know, I didn't really enrich this bed with too much of organic matter, hence why they're probably not done as well, but this was only a very basic little vegetable garden I created just so people could see, how you can grow stuff in a small space, if indeed that is all you have. Okay, so this grapevine here, this is Lakemont seedless. This was a cutting I took. I think it was last year or the year before. But this is going to grow up this fence. It's going to take a few years, but you wait. Keep an eye on this, and it's just going to establish this year, and next year it will go completely crazy, and it will eventually turn into a decent vine, which will produce some beautiful honey sweet Lakemont seedless grapes. So all under control there. The cucumbers are flowering. There, look. And there. So hopefully we'll be getting some form of cucumber. And here, butternut squash, still establishing. I find that these are sometimes a bit slow on the uptake. But I'm not worried about how long they take, as long as they do produce. So there is certainly something to be said about growing a touch of the exotic. I've got to keep an eye on these, because they really do ripen quick. It was only probably 3 or 4 days ago, these were still quite hard, some of them. Now they're getting soft. So you've got to make sure you keep an eye on them, because you don't want to turn your back, and all your crops suddenly spoiling. hope everybody out there is doing well. I hope everybody out there who's growing peaches has a good crop. Take care. Speak soon.